I know you just recently started that journey, and I want to give you my best advice possible about the fat loss. I want you to understand this. Weight loss isn't the physical battle, it's more psychological and mental battle. Your body will follow your mind, and results will obviously be driven by your emotions unless you learn how to handle your emotions. So, what I want you to know is that fitness and fat loss in this journey you're gonna experience lots of emotions, and guess what, I like to see it as a car journey, right? They are allowed to come for a ride, those emotions, but they are not allowed to drive the car. So fat loss isn't about calories, it's not about steps and protein only, it's about managing the inner world that makes those actions possible. Let me give you a space here now. Just pause and really reflect now. What emotions usually comes on board and rule how you behave? Stress? Is it overwhelm, boredom, self-doubt, fear of failure, or maybe all or nothing perfectionism? If any of those resonates with you, it's absolutely normal because you're a human being. Here's the truth that nobody wants to talk about, but I want you to know because it's what we don't know, but we must know it. We don't fail because we cannot lose fat. We fail because we first of all get emotionally overwhelmed. I understand stress, frustrations, bad days. They all push you back into the old habits. You skip tracking, you're saying to yourself, screw it, you just eat whatever it's easier, whatever is, more comfortable. It's because all of your emotions, right? Then secondly, you think every slip ups means starting again. So this all or nothing mindset is the number one killer of fat loss. So the bad meal becomes a bad day. A bad day becomes I will start it again on Monday, and suddenly those weeks are just gone and you just keep coming back to the square one. And here's the fact, the fat loss isn't ruining by one mistake you make, it's ruined by the giving ups every single time you make that mistake. So you also use your food as emotional reason, right? It's really common. And this is why 90% of women struggle, especially in perimenopause, because the stress eating, boredom eating, reward eating, I deserve it eating, it's been a long day eating when you're anxious, lonely, overwhelmed, blah, 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 blah. Food becomes your comfort instead of just the fuel. And when emotions happens, logic straight away disappears. So here's what actually works. There are some tools, obviously, I teach my clients, and then and those tools are changing everything for them. So first of all, try to create space between emotion and your actions. If you feel you tricked it to eat, just pause for a second and ask yourself, what do you actually need right now? It might be just a rest, a break. You might need a walk or a cuddle from your loved ones. This is one skill that can save thousands and thousands of calories for you over the time. Track your emotions, not just your calories, but literally just note what time you are overeat. What emotions do you feel? What happened before it? And just those patterns soon will be realized by you, and once you see the pattern, you can break it. Stop chasing perfections. Chase consistency, because perfect week doesn't change your body, but a consistent month will definitely help you. Fat loss loves these boring repetitions. It doesn't like the chaos you're creating from jumping from up and downs. So next one is the set behavior goals and not emotion goals. So you cannot really control whether you will feel motivated some days, but what you can control is whether you've got protein in each meal, whether you've got water intake, whether you can walk your 7 or 10,000 steps a day, whether you train 2 to 4 times weekly, whether you go to bed on time. This is what actions that changes your body and not your emotions. Stay connected and don't isolate yourself on those hard moments. When women struggle emotionally, they just disappear. I know it. They stop checking in, they stop tracking their food, they stop updating anything, they just disappear. But this is exactly the moment that support matters the most. So I'm here for you to help you and not just judge you. Build this emotional resilience. It's so important to get stronger physically, but also emotionally. This is the real transformation I hope it's going to be for you. And learning to take actions when you're tired, stressed, upset, when you don't feel like it, when you're frustrated with your progress, that's when you prove to yourself that you are actually start changing. And finally, this is the mindset shift that changes everything for me. And I wanted to share it with you. My emotions are real, but my actions are still my choice. You can feel overwhelmed, you can feel stressed, you can feel tempted, and you can be really tired, but you can also still choose your goals, and that's when long-term fat loss truly happens.